Alright Guardians, this is our solo player's guide to the Insight Terminus special mission to reignite the Izanami forge. As you can see, we got Void Singe, Grenadier, and Extinguish. Our setup is obviously the Duke MK44, the sniper from the GoFunder forge, and the machine gun from the Bollinger forge. I would suggest maybe a Void shotgun if you have it, if you get these same modifiers. I'm not sure if these are randomized or not. But what you want to do, and then of course run a Void subclass of some kind. If you're a hunter, I would do probably the top Night Stalker attunement with not Ophidian aspects, but the Orpheus rigs. But since I didn't know these were going to lock my gear, or it was going to have modifiers at all, we're just kind of rocking the 1000 cut subclass. So once you get here, you just remember you don't want to die, because with Extinguish, if that's what you have, you will get sent back to orbit and have to start all over. So you want to kind of keep your distance, especially with these Minotaurs. So like I said, the shotgun would have worked really well here, like something like Retold Tale. That's a great Void shotgun. But if you use what you got, and then once you clear that area, like, just stay back in that first little section. You just use the cover to your advantage, and then we're just going to slowly make our way through this section. Alright, so right around the corner, there's just going to be a bunch more Cabal. I just want to, just like before, stay way back. If you need to, run back and let your health regen, and then keep going. The one good thing about using a sniper, or even Subtle Calamity, again, if you get the Void version, is you can do a lot of damage against that guy while he's far away. But you just want to take your time. Really, that's what this whole thing is. Just take your time. There's no time limit. Just kind of stay back, use cover to your advantage, and just kind of slowly creep through it. Since this is 6:30, you are, especially if you're lower light, I believe I'm 6:36 in this video, so just keep that in mind when you're watching. But you can kind of just use cover to your advantage. That's really all this section is just kind of cover and running away. That's going to be a lot of this video. But once you take this guy out, which shouldn't be too awful hard, like I said, just stay in cover. Watch out for those rockets. They are arc, but they will do a lot of damage. And then just clear these guys out. They'll go down really quickly. They only have half health because they've been fighting Scion, giant Scion guy. But yeah, with this section, especially if you have Grenadier, not the Void Wall Grenade, but the Vortex Grenade is going to work wonders here. But since that's not what we're rocking, we're just going to have to do with what we got. And you are going to want to keep the enemies off the little platforms, because they will halt your progress. So kill them as quickly as possible, and then start it up. You'll get another wave that's pretty much the exact same, and then you'll also get 2 waves, I believe. There it is, the second one, of dogs and elite incinerators. Go ahead and take them out. A grenade should do it, like I said, especially with a vortex grenade, and then you should be in the clear. Or not. Or there's one more wave. But once those guys are done, you can just literally just run past these guys if you want to and jump straight into the thing. Or you can kill them all and hope you get some good ammo. This section is going to be, again, the same as before. We're going to take our time through it. We are going to kill the wanted enemy. And we're going to kind of clear this room initially. And then we're going to skip a lot of ads. But once you're here, go ahead and just slide under here. And do as much damage as you can to the wanted enemy. We're going to get him out of the way as quickly as possible. That way we can focus on all the other stuff. He's right there. Power ammo. A super if you're like maybe you're a Void Walker Warlock. Probably take him out one shot. And just take him out, and then you're going to want to run all the way to the end so you get the Centurions to spawn in. Once the first Centurion spawns in, I just use my super against him, grab the orb, and while we're running back there, the enemies should still be spawning in back there, so a well-placed grenade should take most of them out. And then we're just going to clean up the rest of them from a distance. And then once most of them are dead, and the second dude has spawned in, we're pretty much just going to do the exact same thing. Kill the Centurion, grab the orb, run it back, throw the grenade, and we will move on. Alright, so now we're at the boss fight, which seems a lot quicker than it normally did, but you're just going to want to do the exact same thing as the previous room with the platforms. You're going to want to keep all the enemies off, so throw as many grenades as you can, especially at the dogs, or just hold on to them until you get a little overrun, because there are going to be quite a few dogs, and a lot of them are elites. And so just kill these guys. They will like spawn in like spurts, and they do get really annoying really quickly. But just go ahead and kill them if you have to. Like say you're getting really low on health, you can run to like the left or the back or the right. Pretty much just run away and just get some cover and then come back. Don't feel the need to continuously stand on the platform. And then once the boss spawns in, just hit him with the damage. Like, hit him with all the damage you got. And he's pretty much just going to tank a bunch, about, I want to say about half his health. And then once these guys spawn in, we're just going to keep our distance, try and keep the enemies at a distance. As you can see, I'm starting to take damage or run away. It's really not that hard as long as you're using your cover for your benefit. The boss generally, for some reason, kind of stays away from you, which is pretty fantastic, actually. And then just remember to throw, every time you got a grenade, throw it. Whether it's at a boss, at a group of enemies, whatever. Just throw that grenade, and then as soon as you get your next one, throw it again, and again, and again. You want to be throwing as many grenades as possible. There we go. Spectral blades. Or, not spectral blades. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shards of Galanor is amazing. If you just happen to have that, that also works really well for this boss fight. But like I said, Orpheus Rigs, Tether, top attunement on the Night Stalker is going to be great. If you're a Titan, I would go either Suppressor Grenade or the Magnetic Grenade. I'm not sure which attunement. I don't play that one, the Sentinel, very often. But probably Devour Warlock would be good. So I think that's the bottom attunement. Or of course Nova Warp is always fantastic. And I would use obviously the Vortex Grenade. But once you're here, it's just like before. Only this time you have 3 platforms. We're going to start in the middle one, but it doesn't really matter which one you do first. Just make sure you get these elites out of the way. And again, throw as many grenades as you can. Keep those enemies at bay. And then as soon as you get one platform, just go ahead and immediately go to the next one. Remember, keep in cover if you're low on health. And we're just going to do it over and over if you need to. Obviously, pop your super. And again, don't feel like you need to stand on the platform. If you need to run away, do it. The important thing is you have to stay alive. You have to. Otherwise, you start this entire strike over. There is no forgiving anything in this strike with Extinguish on. So be very, very careful. If you think you're being too careful, you're probably not. You're probably just right where you want to be at. Also, if you're going to run the Devour, go ahead, if you got it, Skull of Dire Ahamkara for a Warlock. So you get, it's pretty much Shards of Galanor for the Nova Bomb. Every kill you get with your Nova Bomb gives you super energy. It's really good. And for this fight, you're going to want as many supers as possible. And as you can see, once you finish the second one, go ahead and rock the third one. Try and keep these guys at bay. Maybe, yeah, okay, there it is. But, like I said, just keep these guys off the platforms. If you have to, retreat for a little bit, and then clear them from a distance, and then run back to the platform if you have to. If not, great. And also be careful how close you're killing those incinerators. Nice shot. Because they will blow up. And if you're close enough, it'll kill you, and then you start over. But once you get that third one, I like to run back here. There's a lot of cover in the middle section. So just, like, as you can see, you have a whole area that you can just run off to. And just throw your grenades, like I said. As many times, like I'm holding a grenade right now, I've been holding it. I should have thrown it. But it's alright. These guys will clump up in a second. As you can see, I'm just kind of walking around. If you notice, I'm just kind of drifting. If you have to do that, you know, do what works for you. And then once you have enough of these enemies cleared out, go ahead and just keep doing damage to the boss until he's dead. And so hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you need a guide to the rest of the unlocking of the forge, that will be in the description box down below. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an amazing week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.